It never gets old. It's great fighting in Boston. You know, it's just awesome. You know, we got so many crazy fans. I've had so many fights like before the UFC here, and I've had a couple in the UFC, but it's always great to come back home.
You've had two in the UFC, like you said. One went your way, one didn't.
Yep.
Last time we saw you in there was a long time ago. Michael Johnson, obviously not your night. How important is it for you to try to erase that memory? Is it anything that you're even thinking about, or?
Unrelated. Doesn't matter. I mean, the fight. We tried to do some new things. We tried to change some things, and it didn't work out. Like we tried to work on me not covering up so much and more slipping punches. Ate a huge left hand and just never recovered. You know, one punch set the entire tone of the fight. So it doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect me. I'm like, oh, I can't lose. Like it's irrelevant.
And yesterday at the open workouts, you said you're taking this one fight at a time. Is it frustrating at all? You said that people were asking you quite often, "Oh, are you going to fight again? Are you done? Are you not?" Is it tough to focus on a fight when you got that coming at you?
Not a big deal. I mean, I understand exactly what they're saying. You know, I'm 35 years old. I've had this is my 27th fight in the UFC. I've had a lot of fights. I've had a lot of memorable fights. You know, people remember. You know, there's been times when I've done great. There's been times I got beat up a little bit, and people remember that. You know, so no, but it's not a big deal. You know, I understand exactly why they think that and they question it. You know, I'm not. It's not a young man's game. You know, it's really not. Like fighting is tough. And even on the best night, like half the guys here train their butt off, and half of them are gonna lose. So it's a very highs to highs, lows to lows. It's a tough sport.
Joe, you have been involved with New England MMA. I mean, almost from the beginning. We keep seeing these rises in MMA in other areas, Russia, New Zealand right now, Africa. Obviously, some of the hotbeds have always been Florida and California.
Yep.
Where would you rank New England MMA in the talent compared to the rest of the world?
I think we've been there all along. You know, like, I think California was really big for jiu-jitsu. You know, there are a ton of Brazilians down in like Florida, and obviously Brazilian jiu-jitsu is such a big part of it. And it was, you know, Brazil was ahead of us, you know, with the sport. So, so there's been these hot pockets, but I think New England's been there from the start. You know, like we've had a lot of really good guys going back to, you know, Kenny Florian and Mike Brown, and you know, there's so many good people that have, you know, really set the trail, and you know, everyone's just following now. We have really good deep talent pool here.
The UFC hasn't had a champion from New England since Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
I mean, you're involved in this scene more than anybody. You know everybody. Who's your prediction to be the next guy to capture UFC gold from the area?
I think the two front runners are Calvin Kattar or Rob Font. You know, they both train with us. They're both very, very good. They both do everything right. They train their butt off. They do all the right things. They take it serious. You know, they're both ranked in the top 10. They both have the best shot right now.
Kyle Bochniak talked about how Saturday sparring with you really helped crisp him up for this fight. What were those Saturday sparring sessions like with Kyle to get ready for this fight?
We try to kill each other. You know, like we always try to get very specific with sparring partners, right? So I try to get someone that has a similar style, lefty righty. We try to get build, and sometimes it's tough to get the perfect match. But it just worked out, you know, well that, you know, Kyle for me and me for Kyle. It was good. You know, we try to kill each other. You know, like there were days I got the best of the rounds, there were days he got the best of the rounds. You know, but we're both good training partners. I think sometimes in the past, Kyle was a little bit of a maniac and like wasn't maybe the best training partner, not looking out for his sparring partners the best. But in the last couple of years, he's been great. He's been so much better. I think he learned how to train. So it was great. Anytime I get rounds with Kyle, it was great.
You've been a part of some really cool stuff with the UFC. Obviously, fighting in Boston, you know, fighting at the Garden's a really cool thing. But having that open workout yesterday at Peter Welch's gym, a place where as soon as you walked in, you could just smell the work that's been done in there in front of all your fans. A lot of your teammates are out there. What was that moment like for you?
It was great. You know, I'm very familiar with Peter's. Been over there a bunch. Had a whole bunch of my guys there. You know, they're all kind of mixed in. It was good. You know, like you know, but we have such a good environment. Like every Saturday morning in my gym, like we got like all the best guys in New England. They all come to my gym on Saturday morning, so it's good. You know, it felt a lot like that. There's a lot of people because like Kyle and I will be sparring, so everyone's watching. You know, like the gym, it doesn't shut down, but a lot of people get there early to watch all the sparring and stuff before. So it was like it felt just like being back in my home gym.
Joe, you've been off for about 18 months now.
Yep.
Are you worried about any rust or?
No, I mean I don't really. I think ring rust is true to a certain extent. But if you're having hard rounds in the gym, I don't think it really matters. Like I've had 26 fights in the UFC, this would be 27. The nerves are not going to get to me. Being in Boston is not going to get to me. All of the crowd going crazy is not going to get to me. I had a little bit of time off, but honestly, like it's a fight sport. You know, like you get beat up. You know, like time off I think is good in a lot of cases. You know, let your head rest a little bit, let your body rest. There's so many. It gets really tough. Like since I was 18, I pretty much always had a fight coming up. You know, so it's tough when you have fights coming up to rest injuries. You get little naggy things. Like it's not a big deal, but my wrist is sore, my elbow's sore, my shoulder's sore, and it's stuff you can train through. But you know, you're not going to pull out of a fight over it, but it's annoying. It's just tough to kind of, you know, get any time to really just sit back and rest a little bit. And that's what this was. It really gave me some good time to rest and heal up. You know, completely, we changed around a few things in my training camp, like having an additional striking coach, Jake Manini, work on a little bit more Muay Thai stuff. New strength and conditioning coach, Mike Perry, skill strength in Chelmsford, which, you know, that was like, you can't up your cardio, you can't get in better shape in a short amount of time, you know, so I needed the time to kind of just sit back and, you know, rework things a little bit.